Jolie here for Seconds Out, and fans are finally back in arenas. I'm with Danny Flexen to talk about it as the Anthony Joshua versus Pulev fight. It's been announced that it's going to be at the Wembley Arena now with 1,000 fans. Before we get into the subject, I think it's a good end to the year if we can actually get fans in the arena, isn't it, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, we knew the new rules allowed for up to 1,000 people at live sporting events. It was interesting to see who'd be first out of the gate once the new rules came into practice. I know Frank Warren's obviously got a show this weekend, so has Eddie Hearn, and we've obviously got tonight's show as well, and the
Yeah,
MCK show, all on the
crack.
time the week when lockdown has been phased into the tier system. But
Hmm.
they've given it a bit of extra time, which makes sense, get all the infrastructure right, and it's now going to be
Yeah.
at one of the biggest shows of the year, the AJ Pulev fight. And yeah, it's definitely a good thing, more in terms of what it means going forward than the actual event itself.
Yeah, I think it's about the first step, and I think the best part about it is just before next year. Really, I think we needed to take this first step now, so that going into 2021, hopefully all of these fights will be at a low number. But yeah, I think it was good that we got this across the line before the end of the year. And the thing I want to ask you is how much do you think tickets will be?
They announced it. It was announced in the press release. I'd have to have a look, but
Okay,
they announced it. I think it was like
I didn't even want to
250 was
test
one of
my
the
luck.
top prices, but
Oh, okay.
pretty hefty prices, but then they're going to be because they're only selling 1,000 of them. So it's kind of a
Mm,
unique opportunity for someone to go to an AJ fight where normally they wouldn't be able to get tickets, or they'd be priced out, or
mhm.
they'd sell out a stadium or whatever. That's how it will be marketed as a unique opportunity to see a unified world heavyweight champion defend his belt. What I'd like to know, and I'm not sure if this was in the press release,
Mhm.
was how many of the tickets, if any, are going to be given away in the way that I think Frank Warren talked about previously. I think Eddie Hearn's mentioned it as well, to key workers and people who
Yeah.
work for the NHS and so on. It'd be nice to
Mhm.
see a portion of those 1,000 tickets being given to those people.
Yeah, definitely. I agree as well. And I think, in all honesty, I didn't even look because I didn't think the price range would be, uh, in sort of my price. Yeah, in terms of giving it to people of the NHS, yeah, the people who have done well for our country over like a tough time. That's probably, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to do it, but it looks like it's going to anyone who gets a ticket. I don't know how it works really. As I said, I haven't even tried. But yeah, it's going to be interesting as well with the spacing issues. Do you think that being there is going to feel the same?
Um, well, no, because I mean, you won't have 50,000 people chanting and singing along to
Sweet
Sweet.
won't be
It's
the same.
yeah, I mean, but less surreal than no one there at all for an AJ fight, which would have been
Mhm.
incredibly bizarre. I was talking to Adam Smith about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Name drop alert, but we both agreed it'd be really surreal to have no fans. Now he must have known this was coming, but didn't want to give me the exclusive. Clearly, his
Yeah.
interview's not even gone up yet, so he could have said it. But I'll deal with him later. But yeah, I mean it'll be slightly less strange maybe than that. But yeah, I mean it won't be like a typical fight night. But you'll be able to hear everything the fans are saying. So I hope the Sky bleep machine operator is ready to do it, and the commentators are ready to apologise
Yeah.
quite a lot for the language.
Yeah, no, I wonder how much they're going to open up of obviously the arena because it's not a massive arena. Obviously, nothing compared to Wembley Stadium. It's not as big as the O2 either. But obviously, with 1,000, you're not going to. I think it's with the football. I'm not 100% sure. It's one person every four seats. You got to have three spaces, seats in between everyone. So yeah, obviously, it's not going to be the same at all. But I think one thing I will say is Frank Warren probably isn't happy right now. Daniel Dubois lost on Saturday, and now he finds out his rivals having the first show with fans back.
Well, I think Eddie Hearn's comments about Daniel Dubois' defeat and the aftermath probably haven't gone down too well. But I'm speaking to Frank in about an hour, so I'll find out what his
Yeah.
views on all of it are. I'm
Hmm.
ready to take any associated flack that comes with them. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it matters from a boxing fan's point of view who goes first. It's the fact that someone has done it, and
Yeah.
it should lead the precedent set
Doesn't
now,
matter.
and it should just increase from here on. Especially with the news today about the vaccine as well.
Yeah.
It's been approved for use. We've got loads of it. Apparently, we're going to be the first to deploy it out of
Hmm.
all the main countries. that's a positive. I mean, I know on the vaccine,
Yeah,
but anything that kind of has a positive hue on it at the moment is appreciated. And in
yeah,
terms of getting back to normal, we're getting more and more
definitely.
shows at the moment, and the fact that we can now get fans in, albeit in a small number, has got to be seen
Mm.
as a step in the right direction.
Do you think boxers will refuse to take vaccines, even though, say, they're offered a fight? Do you think there's a number of boxers who will say, no, I don't want to, I don't trust it, or do you think we won't have a problem with that?
I think it depends. It depends what the rules are, because at the moment there's people kind of putting out scare tactics, saying, "Well, what if pubs and restaurants say you can't come in unless you can prove you've had the
Exactly, and then
vaccine and
everyone will
stuff?"
be loving it.
Which
Yeah,
sounds
they'll be
crazy.
drinking the vaccine then.
Yeah, it sounds nuts. But then for sporting competition, I could see something like that coming in. It
Mhm.
wouldn't surprise me if the board of control said, "We are going to ask all our licensed boxers to have the vaccine and to do it as part of their medical procedure. Like it's a mandatory thing where they have to prove
Yeah,
they've got the vaccine certificate to go onto a
yeah,
board sponsored show or board sanctioned show rather." I don't
yeah,
know if that will happen. I haven't got any inside information on that, but it wouldn't surprise me if it happened. And if it does, I think all boxers will take it. I don't think they're there to earn money, aren't they? And they'd be crazy not to do whatever they have to do. There might be protests about it,
yeah,
and they might not like it, but you do what you do. It's like not all boxers might want to have an MRI scan, but it's
yeah,
part of the
yeah.
process.
True. I think one thing I will say, it's a little bit off the topic of boxing, but funnily enough, people will want to take it for specific reasons. So, for example, people my age might want to take it so they can go to the football, go to concerts. The older people go to football, things like that. But the older age, the people who actually should be taking it, they don't have concerts to go to. They're not the prime age for people who go to football stadiums and massive events with loads of people. I know that might sound quite stereotypical, and there will be older people who go to football and other things like that. But it's interesting to see like how many people do it if it's optional. But that's sort of off topic. But yeah, I'm just excited to see it finally. Crowds back, and hopefully we can be at some of the events with crowds again, even though socially distanced again soon.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, you would think this would be the first of many, although it's the last major UK show of the year, I think,
Yeah.
the AJ Pulev show. But then from January onwards, I think people have already started talking about January shows, both Matchroom, MTK, Frank Warren. So you would hope that fans will be still allowed in either at 1,000 or by that point with reviews of the tier system and the results
Yeah.
coming through as well of the pandemic, the how many people have got it, new cases and so on. It might increase gradually, we
Yeah.
might kind of staircase it. So that'd be great if by January we're looking at 2,000, 3,000, or a certain, or maybe it'll be based on capacity by then rather than 1,000.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be 30% capacity of whatever venue you choose. I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard for promoters because they're going to lose money on that
Mhm.
area of things. But then some gate money's better than none.
Yeah.
Presumably, they're still paying a hefty whack for the venue regardless. Have Wembley Arena with 1,000 people and Wembley Arena with none.
Well, something Dana White said, obviously over with the UFC, he's got the Apex in Las Vegas, so he doesn't have any room for any fans. But because he's got sort of his own complex, he can do his own stuff there. He doesn't have to go ask anyone what to do and all of this stuff. He's even said, unless I can fill a full arena, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing a 30% arena, even if it's with McGregor. Obviously, they wanted to do a stadium in America. I think it's called the Cowboy Stadium. And yeah, he's just said either a full stadium full of crowds, or no crowd at all. So I think it's going to be different in the UK. But
Yeah, I mean, he gets the TV rights and the pay-per-view rights that he
yeah,
doesn't really need. I mean, obviously the gate's great, and he's lost a lot of
mm,
money, not lost money, but he's lost
yeah,
the amount of profit he would have had from
yeah,
the gate. But he can survive for as long as he wants to, really, just with the pay-per-view and the TV money that he gets. I don't think because boxing doesn't have that overriding brand like UFC is to MMA, that's where they struggle. And
exactly.
gate money makes a big difference in
Yeah,
boxing. So this is a positive thing for promoters. Hopefully, filters down in terms of purses and for the fighters as well, because you'd like to see them getting back to their normal purses. It's not the most well-paid sport anyway. So
hmm
fingers crossed. It's a positive step, but plenty more to do. Still a lot further to go.
Well, it's been 10 months in total, but finally fans are back on December the 12th at the SSE Wembley Arena. Thank you for watching. I've been Joe Leigh with Danny Flexen. We'll see you soon.